Hello everybody, or as they say here, buenos dias. I'm John Hindorf, welcoming you to the last stop on the European journey for the 24 Hours series powered by Michelin for 2025. Our final round of the season here at the iconic Circuit de Barcelona, Catalunya, right here in the south of Spain. A true highlight, one of the traditions on the 24 Hour series calendar. This season of endurance racing has already been packed with excitement. Kicked off at Mugello in Italy, then through Spa-Francorchamps in Belgium, back to Italy at Misano, Circuit Paul Ricard in the south of France, and now it all comes down to our European finale here in Barcelona. Now this is a truly international event. 145 drivers from across the world. On the grid, 33 cars from 30 teams, 9 different car brands. Once again, an outstanding lineup. Cars and teams are split into different classes. The focus on 5 main categories: GT3, 992, GTX, GT4 and TCE. As ever, it's a thrilling atmosphere at the Circuit de Barcelona, Catalunya in Montmeló, around about 30 kilometers north of Barcelona. What a buzzing city that is. This track first opened its doors in September 1991, and it's a challenging layout for a 24-hour race.
Yeah, for sure. Barcelona is a tough track for the tyre. We know the deg is usually quite high, and we hope that's one of the strengths that we can have. And I think we've set up the car nicely, and the tyre's working well.
The track itself is a mega, like that's Formula One track. What you can expect better than that?
I think it's one to nail on one lap pace. There's so many. I think maybe it's just a Porsche, but there's so many little things that you just need to get correct, and then if you don't, it's a massive big time loss. So
keeping it nice and tidy through the high-speed corners, which are very heavy on the tyres here. So you make sure you do it in the first 2 laps, otherwise you just got no tyres left. So that's pretty much the key around here.
The track is very technical, but it's okay. We love it here.
This is one of the most modern racetracks on the planet. It has long straights, but a perfectly chosen mix of 14 corners complement that. The 4.657 or 2.85 miles of the Circuit of Barcelona Catalunya is considered a true all-rounder. So let's dive in and take a closer look at its key features. It's a long start-finish straight, approaching turn 1 at full speed. This is the Elf corner, one of the main overtaking points of the track. It's around a medium speed chicane, actually, right, left, right. But late braking into the first part of turn 1. Straight back onto the throttle through turn 2 and 3. Slightly uphill at this point. Short straight before the right-hander at turn 4. That's Repsol. It's another right-hander. Seems to go on forever. There's a number of different lines through here. And again, you're curving up over a brow before turn 5. Seat. Now, this is a slow left-hander, and it drops rapidly downhill, and the camber changes in the middle of the corner before you go downhill to the left kink at turn 6. Turn 7 and 8, medium speed uphill left-right chicane. You have to be careful here. Don't take too much of the curve at turn 8. You can easily unsettle the car there. Turn 9, Campser, up over the top of the brow, so you can't see the exit, and actually just after the apex, it's downhill. Then easy to run onto the AstroTurf at that point. Then there's a straight down into turn 10, which was reprofiled a few years ago. It's a left-handed, almost hairpin, Le Caya, and then climbing again through 11 and 12, a left kink, and into a longer right-hander. Turn 13 is Europe car, and we're using the less tight version of that right-hander. And actually that's the penultimate corner, because we don't use the chicane halfway down the hill. So out of 13, gathering speed downhill to what is our turn 14. It's called New Holland, and it's key because it's possibly flat out, but the more speed you take through this right-hander onto the start-finish line, the faster you'll be going down there at the braking area at turn 1, and that potentially could be an overtaking opportunity. Now it's time for qualifying. This is the first showdown of the weekend, and every driver out there pushing to the absolute limit to set the best lap time possible. As usual in the 24-hour series, the qualifying is divided into 3 15-minute sessions. 3 drivers per team are taking the challenge and try to set their fastest lap time. Each of the drivers' fastest laps are added together, and then we average it out, and the team with the fastest average is on pole position. Now there's a little extra layer of challenge here because no tyre changes or refuelling are allowed once we start that first session. That means all 3 15 minutes have to be completed on a single set of tyres, and you've got to have your fuel load carefully calculated as well. In GT3, championship leaders secure the 3rd position. Klaus Bachler from Team Proton Uber Competition is looking forward to the race.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, it was a really good lap. I was very happy about this. I gave everything. Was the maximum, and it's a long race ahead of us. We try to optimize a little bit the car for the race, guess what we need, and hope in the end we will be in front.
Second place is the French Santeloc Junior team with their Audi R8 LMS with the number 18 on the door. The fastest car in the GT class is number 28. Maro Engel, the ultimate plug-and-play performance accessory. He's in the lineup here, and the German pro driver set the base for the pole position with a mighty 1 minute 40.622 in qualifying 3. The Mercedes from TFT Racing has the best starting position on the grid for tomorrow.
Yeah, it's great. Great job from the whole team. From the first test session, the team did a great job, gave us a good car, and obviously my 2 teammates teed it up nicely, and I actually had the easy job, to be honest. So
the 992 Porsche class is always highly competitive. On pole position, the number 901 from Ajit Kumar Racing. This is the Porsche team from the Indian actor Ajit Kumar, a 1/10.5 faster than the Porsche number 909 from Red Camel Jordan.nl.
Yeah, definitely, like you said, it is a culmination of my dreams. But thanks to all the team and all the members in the team. And yeah, just keeping my fingers crossed that we have a good weekend.
In GTX, it's the French squad Vortex V8 who come up on top with the fastest average lap time. In GT4, it's the BMW number 488 from the NM Racing team. After their 3 sessions, they've got the best time and are on pole. In TCE, the pole position is captured by the BMW of Team JMEC Engineering. Right across the grid, the tension is palpable. The weather is good, and the atmosphere is electric. Perfect conditions, every driver ready to go, especially the pole sitters from TFT.
First of all, it's a great circuit, great atmosphere, great vibe. I've never done this race, so it's always been a race I've had an eye and wanted to do, so it's great to have the opportunity to do it. And as you mentioned, you know, the whole team at TFT and my co-drivers, everyone did a great job so far, and now just looking forward to settling in the race.
This is the only race in the European leg of our championship going over the full distance of 24 hours, so it's very important to stay out of any trouble at the start.
I mean, 100% you can not win the 24 hours in turn 1, lap 1. It's clear, I mean, we want to finish on top in the end of the race, so we will be hopefully smart enough to do not something stupid.
Behind the big guns in the first 2 rows, the Hofer Racing Mercedes starts from 6th.
For sure, we have in the front rows, we have all the pro drivers like Mauro Engel, Klaus Bachler, Bia Kaffa. It's for us as a AM driver lineup, it's hard to catch up with these guys. We focus on our AM class for sure, but for sure we always we try to survive till the morning, and then we try, like always, we try to push hard to give them a hard time, and let's see what's coming out of this. Hopefully near to the overall podium, and yeah, maybe the podium for the AM class.
Time to take a look at the starting grid here in Barcelona. All lined up and ready to go. On the front row, TFT Racing and Santeloc Junior team. Behind them, Proton Uber Competition and Red Ant Racing. 5th and 6th on the 3rd row, Scuderia Praha and Hofer Racing. And on the 4th row, the Mercedes from Get Speed and the Aston Martin of E2P Racing. The formation lap has been completed. The safety car dives into the pit lane. The cars are lined up on the main straight. Red lights on, and as they go out, the Michelin 24 Hours of Barcelona is underway. From the second row of the grid, Proton, Uber and Red Ant both looking to push towards the front. The getaway from Maro Engel isn't especially strong. Immediately, he's coming under pressure here from Klaus Bachler into turn 1. Rest of the field filtering cleanly through the opening corners. Engel manages to hang on to the lead. Bachler contending with an Audi there on the outside. That's Tribordini trying to go round the outside after a forceful turn 1. Bachler keeps his composure, securing second place into turn 4 there. Tribordini settling back into third ahead of Ayrton Redont in fourth. Engel stretching the margin slightly at the front, maybe a couple of car lengths clear now of Bachler. Oh, trouble early for the number 123 THRW Honda Racing Team in the TCE category. They've peeled into the pits. This is not a planned stop. Horrible start to their Michelin 24 Hours of Barcelona. To make matters worse, they're actually under investigation because they left the pit lane whilst the red light was on. Now, they're a new team to the championship, still maybe adapting to the Creventic regulations. In fact, they were welding aluminium in the garage yesterday to fix some issues, but fortunately the car hasn't stayed in the pit lane and rejoins quickly. Back in the race, Josef Kral making progress in the Ferrari, climbing to 4th place. That's Ayrton Redont then going down the order, in fact down to 6th now, with a bit of a gap. And, Axel Jeffries, starting way back in 9th, comes across the line in 5th. What a sensational opening lap from the man from Zimbabwe. He's flying in that Inter Africa car, run by Dragon Racing. Meantime, ahead, Stefan Tribordini mixing it with the very best. Maro Engel and Klaus Bachler, two of the top GT drivers in the world right now. But the young Frenchman in the black and green Santolog Junior Team Audi, well, he doesn't seem fierce one bit, does he? He's right in the fight and holding his own. Behind him, Josef Kral applying pressure through turn 3, looking for a weird by. Can't quite squeeze through into turn 4. In fact, Kral just glancing in the mirrors there because Jeffrey's now right there, ready to pounce. Then there's the gap back to Ayrton Redont with Osieka and Lismont next. That's 2 Mercedes and an Audi in that group. Alexander Prince has slipped back after losing a spot at the start. Dominic Ong has climbed into the top 10 for Weidmann Nisa Racing. And just outside that, the Ryan DL 81 era Ferrari on the move, working his way forward from 11th. The yellow flag at turn 5. There's a car stopped. The Mercedes Venture, last year's winners in GT4. Matthew George behind the wheel. That's the semi-pro driver. You need that kind of experience in moments like this. Don't panic, keep calm, carry on. Venture had a fantastic run here last year on debut. Now they're full season entrants. In fact, they're on course to be GT4 champions this year. It's back at the start here. Pretty lively getaway, wasn't it, from Klaus Bachler, who started 3rd behind Maro Engel. And instead of just slotting in behind Maro, he made a move, trying to edge up the inside. Engel's getaway, well, that launch wasn't the sharpest, but once the big Mercedes AMG found the right spot on the torque curve, he seemed to have the pace to cover it. The Proton Huber Porsche with Bachler. That striking orange and purple machine, showing its nose there, but Engel too seasoned to leave the door wide open. You've really got to be up early in the morning to catch him out. And from there, Engel stretching a couple of cars lengths, while Bachler immediately had his hands full with Tribordini in the Santolog Audi, pressing him hard for 2nd place. Here's the battle for 6th position. The Audi of Mathis Lismont right on the tail now of Adam Osieka in the 286 Mercedes. Charging uphill, the Audi filling the mirrors of the AMG. Just a car length or so between them as they dive into that sequence of turn. Now Lismont searching. He's got the pace. There he goes. Dives to the inside, commits to the move, and he makes it stip. That's a brilliant overtake from Mathis Lismont, sliding through on Osieka to snatch 6th place in the race. Pure determination there from the Audi driver. Early drama for the Asbest Porsche. The 111 car leading TCE off the road. This will be our first code 60, 45 minutes into the race. He's gone a long way into the gravel at turn 10 and hasn't hit anything. But very unusual to get yourself that far into the gravel track. Now those purple flags mean code 60. This is a bit like a virtual safety car. 60 kilometres an hour speed limit around the track for everyone. No overtaking allowed, of course. This allows a safe environment for marshals who can spring into action and deal with the recovery of the stranded car. I suspect with 45 minutes gone, we're going to get everybody in the pits now. TFT are in the fueling area. This might work for them, actually. We are into the window where you're allowed to take tyres. Under code 60, it has to be 50 minutes, 50 minutes of running on your Michelin tyres. And the time in the pits and the fuel area doesn't count. And now they're going down the pit lane at the moment. Are they going to do a driver change? No, they're going to have to keep going. The 50 minutes, once you take off the time spent in the fuel area and the pits, they've not done that 50. So they'll have to carry on with Maro Engel. Now let's have a look at the 111, the Asbest Porsche, working on the front end. The radiators at the front of the car exposed there, getting some attention from the mechanics. Hopefully they can come back and race some more. The new leader then of the TCE class, a class of 5 cars here, is the 133. Kevin Clark behind the wheel of the BMW from JMEC Engineering. 8th and 9th overall is the battle at the front of the 992 class. Martin Rump and Fabian Danz running nose to tail down the main straight. Now, let's not forget, this isn't a Porsche Super Cup sprint. This is a 24-hour race. Through turn 3, Danz taking a tighter line, setting himself up for a possible move into 4 if he can dive it, under braking. Rump later on the brakes, shuts the door, defends hard. Guys, this is not the final lap. It's frantic stuff for the class lead. Here's turn 10. Danz throws the Red Camel Jordan Porsche around the outside. That's bold. I think he's running wide. No, he drifts on the marbles. No grip. Somehow keeps the momentum. He stays committed. Cuts back to the inside at turn 11. Brilliant driving. Fabian Danz makes it stick and takes the lead in the 992 class. RedCamelJordan.nl started the race for the 992. The pole position was earned by Ajit Kumar Racing, but they unfortunately had to take a penalty. They changed the car, changed the chassis after an accident in the night practice on Saturday. That meant a 5-place grid penalty. An unlucky run into this 24-hour race for the superstar of screen, Ajit Kumar. The motto of the race, though, never give up. After a quick repair in the pit lane, it's back on track. Behind him, Kenneth Heyer takes to the track, and the Mercedes right in the middle of the leading group of GT3s in second place. We've had a change for the lead in GT3. Maxi Partel in the Hoffa Mercedes number 11 has overtaken the Ferrari from Scuderia Praha. After 70 laps, though, the leading class still close together. Just under 100 laps completed now, and here's the first of the top cars that has retired. It's the number 93 AMG from Red Ant Racing. Bad luck for Red Ant and all of its title hopes as well. The Belgian team must be so disappointed.
Yeah, we got a suspension failure. I don't actually know what happened or what caused it, but yeah, it will take quite a lot of work to rebuild the car, to get it back out. So we won't be doing that today here. We will be doing that back in the workshop. So the races will be over for us.
There's a team racing this weekend with a greater purpose than just standing on a podium here. The number 81 Era Motorsport Ferrari. The story goes well beyond the racetrack here. The car is carrying the colours of New Life Baby Support, a charity dedicated to providing specialist care units for newborns who need extra medical attention.
I
I set up this charity after my twin sons, Joshua and Samuel, were born 3 months premature, very small. They were very tiny, and they had a brave fight, but sadly they both died within a week. And I always say the day I left the hospital was the worst day of my life. So, but from that I decided to try and help other babies, and I've just gone a bit extreme really. So, you know, we've raised over 2 million, which is absolutely amazing, but the work we're doing is helping so many little babies. It makes me so proud, so it's fantastic. I was just very lucky that Era Motorsport, they had a connection through Dick Lovett in Swindon, and they wanted to use a baby charity, so they contacted me. I do a lot of work at the hospital in Swindon, so it was just, yeah, I was so amazed, and to see the car, it brought tears, to be honest. It was absolutely amazing. So, yeah, a very proud moment for myself and for the charity. So, yeah, and it just gets the word over to a new audience. So, I'm just so proud.
It's a great cause, and proof again that the motorsport family always ready to remember its community responsibility. 4 hours of racing completed. Let's have a look at the leaders. Get Speed have made it to the top, leading GT3 and the race overall for around about 120 laps now. In the 992 class, it's the number 909 from Red Camel, Jordan.nl in the lead. Team Venture from Great Britain with the number 421 is leading in the GT4 category. And another British team, JMEC Engineering, crewed by a whole loads of lads from the northeast of England. They're leading in TCE. So Get Speed leading the 24 hours of Barcelona. This team from Germany with a great lineup. Drivers from 4 different companies. 2 Americans, 1 Australian, a German, and Yaroslav Veselo from the Ukraine, who is at the wheel here. Oh, that's Haas RT facing in the wrong direction. The number 21 car in 5th position at the old F1 chicane. Driver change down in the pits for the number 286. Let's hear from Yaroslav Veselo about his stint.
It was really fun. It was really tired for me, honestly, but the one funniest thing that happened in the stint is that my belt managed to fall off the hand system. So then in like code 60 zones I was trying to put it back, and then on each big braking zone, like turn 1, turn 10, I had a pain in my neck because the belt was hitting my neck hardly. But in the end I managed to lose them a bit and everything went well.
Now let's go to TCE, the number 124 Civic Type R from THRW Honda Racing. Not moving at the moment. Trouble for this likeable team from the US. They've seemed to be plagued by problems after the incident at the start when the sister car, the 123, triggered a code 60. Spent a long time in the pits and is just about to return when its twin, the 124, has come to a halt. New team in the event, 2 eyes in the fire, but they're not really doing their business as they'd like at the moment. The 123 repaired and continuing. Now it's the 124 in the garage.
Well, the first time was contact with a Porsche, so that was not mechanical related for an issue and our issue. On this time, I'm pretty sure the control arm broke. We've never run on slicks before, so I suspect the extra grip of the slicks is a little bit much for the setup that we have. We did crack a control arm yesterday, so this was the spare. So I don't know that we have another option to keep going, but we'll try.
Back to the race, battle for 4th place in GT3. Klaus Bachler in the Porsche, chasing the Audi. Nicholas Goylink in that 4-ringed machine. Not sure how many risks the Porsche wants to take given the championship situation. Bachler, though, closing in aggressively on that Audi. Turn 7. And Peter turns in. Bachler trying to go around the outside. Squeezes Goylink onto the curb at turn 9. The Porsche driver does get the job done around the outside. sort of a Klaus Bachler style there. Meantime, in the classes, spectators watching battles for positions, changes at the front due to speed and the strategies, it's fair to say, but it's been a clean race with very few retirements so far. Plenty of excitement. Field of leading cars still very close together, even after now more than 6 hours of racing. Now, is there another change in position looming in GT3? AMG versus AMG, the pole-sitting car from TFT. Mauro Engel behind the wheel of the 28 car, closing in on the Hofer car with Torsten Krantz in the cockpit of the number 11. Engels goes to the outside, makes the move, heading into the next corner, down the inside of Krantz to pass him. Clean manoeuvre. You'd expect that from a man with the experience of Engel. Now Engel peels into the pit lane and it will be Patrick Charlet taking over. Engel resting up for some stints during the night.
Yeah, I'm definitely going to go to sleep now. Quick drink and some food and then lie down a bit. Patrick's doing a good job now. He's in the car. He's already done, I think, an hour and a half in the first in his first stint. So, yeah, just following the plan and racking up the laps, and then we'll see how it goes.
In GT4, we have a very local team, NM Racing, leading with their AMG GT4 Mercedes. Car seems to have a problem though. It's not driving at the right speed. It's not slow, but it's not fast. Keith Gatehouse into the pits.
I sent myself off the line and picked up a lot of marbles, and that caused me to waver, I guess. Down the straight, I tried to weave a little bit to get the marbles off. It helped, but apparently not enough.
After just one lap back out on the pit, the Mercedes is back in. This time it needs the help of the mechanics. So the lead in GT4 back to Venture. Remember, they led earlier in the race.
It seems that this is a gearbox problem. In turn 9, it was like a little bit tricky to downshift. And once in turn 11, I quick shift to third. Then I reduced to the 2 to second gear to free brake the car. And then once I was quick shift another again to third gear, it seems that the car doesn't change at all. And I hear a little brake inside the car. And I told to the team what I have to do, and it was box.
In the 992 class for Porsches, Red Camel Jordan out front, 24 laps into their stint with their star driver at the wheel. Double Daytona GT3 winner Rick Breukers, slightly ahead of the Mulner Motorsport squad. A little bit of a change in strategy there. Right now, though, things looking pretty strong for them.
Well, the first stint I've had was very difficult. At the end of the last 10 laps were very much a lot of oversteer. It was also quite warm, the tarmac was quite warm. Now I just saw Rick went out, and he's doing better now. The track is cooling off, so there's a bit more grip. So yeah, quite well.
In the Breukers family team, it was Luke who came late to racing, joining his brother Rick and his father Ivo.
My brother was always racing as my father, being in go-kart since young. And I never was really into that, but one time we went to a local go-kart race, a 2-hour endurance race with only rental carts. And at the end of my stint, I was just as quick as Rick, and then they thought I should also get my license, but I was around 19, 18, and then I just got into all of it, and yeah, since then I'm hooked.
Now let's keep an eye on the battle in the GT3. Now that's position 5 that's up for grabs. The red Ferrari number 98 versus the Haas RT Audi number 21. The Ferrari is the Into Africa Racing by Dragon. 4-driver lineup, 3 South Africans and Axel Jeffries from Zimbabwe. Great to see them here at the Michelin 24H Series. They only joined the championship halfway through the season, making their debut at Paul Ricard. And now, right in the mix of the battles in the top 5. Zolil Letlaka is in the car and goes past the Audi. That's great. What a great addition to the series. And let's hear from XO, as he likes to be known, what their goals are.
We will hope for the best. We would like to make Africa proud. It's a full African lineup. I think it's the first ever African lineup to ever come in this stage. So we're already winners because of that. We've broken barriers. So we're the first all-Africa team, you know. So I'm very proud that we've achieved this. It's a big milestone for Africa.
Here's another milestone for the African team. Another place gained. This time, Andrei Solokovtsev for Continental Racing is overtaken. And now that's position 4 for Letlaka and the team. We can see the lights of the cars a little more now. Slowly getting darker. Sun setting over the south of Spain. The onboard view from the 992 class leader Fabian Dance as the sun dips below the horizon here at Barcelona. The circuit changing by the minute. What was clear daylight just an hour ago fading into darkness, and for all of the drivers, this is where the Michelin 24-hour challenge truly shifts gear. Visibility dropping, braking markers disappearing into the shadows, and every set of headlights in the mirrors makes it harder to judge distance. Concentration has to be razor sharp because a single lapse in the dark can cost you everything. This is where endurance racing becomes as much about mental strength as it is about speed. Let's hear from some of the drivers.
Yeah, for sure, it is the vision. You really have to adjust in the first laps through the vision. You have to see where are your reference points on the track. You have to find them in the dark also. And then it's also that you have to really have a good eye to read the traffic. Because a lot of slow cars, even in the dark, maybe they struggle a bit more. And you have to be careful that you not just do a dive bomb and then you destroy the whole race.
We expect that we have during the night a lot of trouble. Means car stuck maybe in the gravel and so on.
I have to see how is the balance of the car with the lower temperature, track temperature.
I think you could say that it feels like the tires have been slightly rubbed in with grease. So you're just sliding a bit too much every time you want to, and now when the temperature drops, you feel the grip. So that's the difference.
Great insights from the pit lane. Here's the current leader in GT3, Jutta Racing. Been out front for almost 40 laps now. The only Lithuanian driver in the Lithuanian team, Arūnas Gekozauskas. 2 Britons, an Italian and a Chinese driver filling out the other spots. Arūnas has finished his stint driving into the well-lit fuel area. That's a change of lead then, and that will be Hassar T going to the front after a third of the race. Oliver Smith parks the BMW number 133. The JMEC engineering team have another issue. They'd been back on the go after repairing a problem earlier in the race. They've got problems again. It seems they need to reset the engine, turn it off, turn it back on again. Sort of a Control-Alt-Delete. I don't think they've fixed this completely. Ollie coming back to the pits. It's the drama continuing. It's the BMW again. This time a code 60 required. And they have lost their lead now in the TCE class. Drama at Ferrari. A broken drive shaft at the left rear. That is such a shame for the African team. Now there's a battle for the lead as well. The number 11 Hofer AMG Mercedes GT3, that's Alexander Prince now, right on the back of Jutta Racing. The number 71 Audi. And there is the overtake for the overall lead.
It's nice to be in this position in this point of the race. And even it is really nice to know that we are able to fight in the night from the balance-wise, from the car. The guys did such an amazing job with giving us this machine. It's just pure fun to ride this machine and to push also and try to give the pro drivers a hard time.
Hard times, sometimes good times. As we know, endurance racing is full of contrasts. Ups and downs, sometimes within a short space of time, and at the end of the day, there are more stories to tell. First, joy at Ferrari. The car is sent back to the track, but then another incident, more bad luck for the African team. Almost at the same time, here's the Ajith Kumar Racing Porsche spinning out. both teams once again with problems. Two different incidents at the end of what has been an eventful day. Right, let's have a look at the overall rankings after the first 10 hours of the Michelin 24 Hours of Barcelona. 300 laps completed by Jutta Racing, back on top here in Barcelona. Second, Continental Racing by Simpson. The pole-sitting car, TFT Racing, in third, ahead of Haas RT and their Audi in fourth. Then Scuderia Praha with their Ferrari in fifth position, ahead of the Porsche of Proton Uber Competition in sixth. Seventh, Hofer Racing, P8, Era Motorsport in the Ferrari. Get Speed in ninth, and rounding up the top 10, Sontalok Junior team. Hello everybody, welcome back to a beautiful Sunday morning here in Barcelona. Sunshine just about cracking the sky. Another great day of racing as we head towards the checkered flag here in the Michelin 24 Hours of Barcelona. Good news, no really big incidents during the night. We have lost the Get Speed number 286, plus the red Camel Jordan number 909 Porsche, which was doing so well in the 992 class. Mechanical problem, gearbox issues for the Porsche. Here's Alexander Prince in the number 11, leading the race overall. Getting on for 2 laps between Hofer Racing and the second place machine. That's TFT Racing, P3, Audi of Continental Racing by Simpson Motorsport. It's Mulder Motorsport who are 4 laps ahead of HRT Performance in the 992 class. GTX, number 701 Vortex, is now back in the lead, 7 laps ahead of its sister car, the 974, which did lead earlier in the race. In GT4, Venture has a comfortable lead from SRS Zorg Rennsport, a comfortable big 20 laps. And in the TCE, it's Asbest Racing on top, another 20 lap gap. Sebastian Sherman is being passed here by Ben Pack. And what's this? Oh, hang on a minute. The 28 Mercedes, second place, just unlapped themselves from the leader, has thrown it off at turn 13. Pack was putting in some great laps, closing the gap, took 2 seconds out of the leader last time around, but now he's off. He's in the gravel between turn 13 and 14. Well, second place overall, leader of GT3 Pro-Am. That'll be a code 60. Early action here on Sunday morning. Now, let's have a look, see if we can sort this one out. Over the top of the hill at turn 12, down the inside of the touring car, the Cupra, he's got the pass made. He's at the apex and he's just gone off. He's understeered off. Out over the red and white curb, out over the markings. He's got the pass done, but he's left it in the gravel. Don't understand that. Drama for TFT Racing. So big disappointments in this code 60 for TFT. Now, can they get the car out the gravel and continue to get it to the pit lane? It's going to need a helping hand for the marshals. Maro Engel is preparing himself. The car has taken to the pit to make sure everything's all right. Ben Pack had been doing a great job. Oh, didn't need this, did they? Let's have another look. So there's the TCE car. Now, that did nothing wrong. The Cupra is in the right position, stayed on the line, didn't change direction. That's what you have to do. The faster car's responsibility to get around. The car that was on pole, taking a lot out the leaders, and this is a bit of setback for TFT now. Surely they were on for a podium finish, and now they've got a big fight back. And the big question to me is something wrong with that car? If so, what? Gravel all over the wheels and tyres. They're having a good look underneath. Let's see if they can find what's going on now with this 28 AMG. Now, they've done a tyre change. Maro Engel has fired it up. It's straight back out again. Surely, Engel just doing an installation lap here to see if there's anything wrong. There's no sort of debriefing there as Ben Pack went to the back of the pits. The team manager not looking happy. Ben Pack, the driver that got out, looked suitably chastened there. Well, Mauro Engel hasn't done an installation lap. He's continued at pace and just pulled off exactly the same manoeuvre his teammate did at exactly the same part of the circuit. No issues there. The TFT Ben's now down in 7th position, but it seems they can race again. Well, that's played into the leaders' hands, hasn't it? Max Partel, their Mercedes, at the front, over 600 laps completed. Behind them, Proton Uber competition, putting in a solid performance. Konstantin Dressler at the wheel of the Porsche now. Dressler closing in on the Audi from Continental Racing by Simpson Motorsport. That's a third-place car now. Now, Proton came here to Barcelona as the championship leader and still have a great chance of winning this year's Michelin 24-hour European Series Championship. Dressler up alongside the Audi on the straight. That's little resistance there. The Porsche's gone through. Third place for the title contender. The Scuderia Praha team have had a difficult start to the night. They lost a full hour, and that threw them well back down the field. They were in one of the top positions.
Well, we had a problem with the power steering loom, which never happened before to us, unfortunately. So we had to repair the car, even though that the pace was quite okay, I would say. We were position 2 overall, so which was nice, and we were planning to be on a good position for the first 12 hours. Unfortunately, this happened like 20 minutes before the midnight, which was really, really bad for us, so we had to repair. Then the problem continued, so we had to repair one more time, and we lost lots of precious time. But that's life, that's motorsport.
Right, about 2 hours to go here, and we have a smoking Porsche. Desiree Muller's Porsche in P2 in the TCE class. Fluid on the track, code 60 out. Lots of work for the hard-working marshals. Time now to check in with Michelin Motorsport manager Charles Mametz and ask him how the first year as the new tyre partner to the series has unfolded.
It's been going great. Now, of course, the 24-hour series is a big series with a lot of cars and a lot of running time. So the challenge is, of course, bringing enough tires for everybody and enough for the late entries as well, because, you know, sometimes teams entry are like within the last few days of the possibilities. So I would say the biggest challenge was bringing the right amount of tires for every race, but we've never had any issues with too little tires here in Europe, for sure. The main goal is really that everybody has an enjoyable experience on track, whether it is, like I said, the gentleman driver or the pro driver. So whenever the race has started, what's most important is that we check the tires that are coming in, and whenever we see anything special, we just report it back to the team and give them the best advice we can so that they can smoothly go the next hour, 2 hours, 3 hours, and actually just end the race with a smooth finish and a good performing tire.
Along with Michelin tyres racing on the track comes Babendum, the Michelin man, getting ready for his big appearance on the winner's podium when the race is concluded. At the front, the Hofer Mercedes just lapping, coming up to the 909 Red Camel back on the track. Gearbox failure during the night. They have repaired it and are back in the race. TFT and their AMG Mercedes were in the gravel early this morning, but it doesn't seem to have had any ill effect for the car and the pace. Mauro Engel, in fact, set the fastest lap of the race just after 8 o'clock this morning, and now Ben Pack back in that car, closing on the Proton Huber Porsche. That's a 992 Porsche that they're going to have to lap here. They're not that slow. It might be difficult. Turn 9 and down towards braking at turn 10. Ben Pack off the track as he tries to go past Stefan Perrin. Now down the inside of Manuel Lauck. Moves Manuel to the outside of the corner, and TFT competition back ahead of the Porsche of Proton Uber, now P4. Here's one of the Honda Civic Type Rs from THRW Honda Racing. This team has had so much bad luck in the race, but they've never given up. They've kept putting the cars back on the track. That deserves a lot of respect.
And we have an award for you. We call it the Spirit of the Race Award. It's for a team for never giving up. Keep going till the end to make the full 24 hours. It's not for the one driver, it's not for one mechanic, it's not for team manager, it's for whole the team, because it's a teamwork, it's a team effort, and that's why this trophy is for you.
We couldn't have done it without the team. The skills that the team has, you saw that busted suspension. To fix it, reinforce it, go back out. There's no way we could do this without the people that we have here this weekend, so it's great.
We're getting closer to the checkered flag. Proton Uber, position 4 will be enough to win the championship in GT3. Last year, an AM-class Porsche won the overall GT3 championship with Herbert, but this year, if Proton Uber could get it through the last laps, they'll do it as a Pro AM-class car. Very impressive. And what an experience for Jörg Dreisau to be able to do the full championship with a Porsche factory driver in Klaus Bach, together with Manuel Lauck, an absolute Nürburgring legend, and of course Konstantin Dressler also in the team. Last few minutes of the race. Here are the leaders in the classes. After a thrilling fight with Seb Lejeune Racing, HRT and Red Ant, it's Müllner Motorsport who have come out on top of the 992 class. RPM Racing, the squad of Tracy Crone, the American, will win the class title for the championship. Ventures family team with father and son Neville and Christopher Jones, along with Matthew George and Owen Hizzy, win GT4 and the season title with the AMG GT4 Mercedes. In the GTX class, double winner for Vortex V8 team. The race win of the French team in Barcelona has sealed that title. The Asbest Racing Cupra TCR DSG, Pia Olsen, Yunuchi Umamoto, Rafael Girash and Sebastian Schemmermann have taken TCE and TCX spoils. The team is on the wall, ready to celebrate. At the top of the timing screens then, for the last lap, Hofer Racing, Alexander Prince, through the last corners and through the checkered flag, an historic victory for the Hofer family team. Michael Kroll, his daughter Chantal Prince, her husband Alexander, and Maxi Partel with Torsten Kratz also backing them up.
Oh, that's easy. It's the team and my co-drivers. You really can't lose with that team and the co-drivers. Yeah, it's a father-son, a father-daughter, son-in-law team, so it's one family.
Unbelievable, unbelievable. We did not expect this. So we hope for a podium, but that we are on the very top, it's unbelievable. It's very surprising. But the car was so well, so it was driving so fast and was so easy to handle. The team did a great job the whole week to find the right setup, especially on the long run. I'm speechless, so it's unbelievable.
All kinds of milestones achieved by the Swiss squad. Chantal's 50th Creventic race, Michael's 54th, and 10 years since the team stood on an outright victory podium in Creventic racing.
I got nervous this morning when we came back to P1. Wow. And then I went to sleep because I couldn't watch. And I think it was just real when Torsten was inside the car, so the stint before me. And then it became real, yeah, for sure. And 10 years exactly after the first win here, it's perfect. It's perfect.
For Proton Uber competition, 4th place will do them, and that will win them the Michelin 24-Hour Series European Championship title. For Jörg Dreisau, Klaus Blackler, Manuel Lauck and Konstantin Dressler. They also win the GT3 Pro Am crown. That's another emotional triumph.
I don't have any words for that.
It's was a hard start into the season, and we had a good fight back, and just wonderful fellow drivers, and fully team effort, and everybody. We have a big team of around almost 20 people. They all deserve their thanks and their claps on their hands. And I'm just super grateful for having the opportunity to do these kind of races, and it's a wonderful feeling. I cannot say more than that.
So here, the unofficial results of the Michelin 24 Hours of Barcelona. Hofer Racing take the top spot 10 years since the team's last overall victory. They'll take the GT3 AM win as well. Second place to Haas RT, who clinched the Pro win with their Audi R8 LMS. Another Audi completes the podium, Utah Racing in third. Fourth position will give the Michelin 24 Hour Series European Championship title to Proton Uber Competition, who also win the GT3 Pro Am crown. Sonderlock Junior Team in fifth, ahead of TFT Racing in sixth. Continental Racing by Simpson Motorsport in seventh. The Era Motorsport Ferrari in eighth. Two 992 Porsches in the top 10. Muller Motorsport ninth. Also, of course, the Belgian team winning the 992 class. And HRT Performance round up the top 10 in 10th, second in the 992 class.
Here are your winners!
Trophies handed over to the winning drivers and teams here at Barcelona, and the European season of the Michelin 24 Hour Series is complete. Amazing endurance racing, the 24 Hour Series powered by Michelin moves on to Malaysia. I'm John Hindorf. See you there.